Hey y'all, it's me again, Dr. Sean Tazzone, America's Holistic Gynecologist, talking to ladies today in the office, and then you all get the benefit. Talking to probably 3 or 4 women today about the belief structure around libido and sex, desire, drive, things like that. And the belief structure that using testosterone is the end all be all. And I think what that does to women is it reduces y'all to the mental antics of a man when you think that it's just testosterone related. It's never just one thing. For men to have sex, they wake up, they have an erection, they're ready. For women, it's a more evolved process. The first step of the sexual cycle being arousal, we have to get you into the arousal phase before you could even be interested in having sex. Now, that being said, sexual function and hormones are overtly related, but it's not the end all be all. And I've often said, I can make your testosterone level as high as your partner's. It may make you want to rip his face off, but you might not want to have sex with him. There's a distinct difference there, right? However, if your testosterone is low and you're tired and you feel like garbage, that doesn't sound like a good recipe for sexual relations. So, getting your hormones back in shape can definitely indirectly increase your libido. Now, the archetype of low testosterone that I talk about in my book, The Hormone Balance Bible, is called the nun. And we know that good nuns don't have sex, and you're also not getting none. So that's why I call it that. But most women, and I talked about this in other videos, most women are low in testosterone. And by saying low, it doesn't mean abnormal in the sense out of the realm of the normal range, but you might be in the bottom of normal. And the symptoms of a low normal testosterone are fatigue, um, decreased libido, hair thinning, decreased drive, motivation, desire, all those things you need for sex. Drive, motivation, desire, all those things. If you don't have those, you're not going to be interested not just in sex, but pretty much in most things. Now, for the men out there that are listening, men, show this to you. Bring your man in here. Bring him in here. I got to give him some lessons. Now, I'm going to put the proviso in there that I am not a relationship expert. I have been divorced myself, but I wish somebody would have told me this. Number one, women don't have sex with jerks. For some reason, this one tenet we just don't get as guys. So, men, remember this. If you're being a jerk, she's not going to want to have sex with you. Okay. And rule number two, instead of going into the kitchen, sneaking up behind her and hugging her and putting on your best moves, instead of wasting all that time, do the dishes, do the laundry. Something I figured out about laundry, as a side note, after I got divorced. It doesn't count to put the clothes in the laundry and turning the on switch on the washing machine. See, that doesn't count as laundry because then you got to take the laundry and you got to put it in the dryer, that's another step. And then you got to take it out of the dryer and fold it, which is horrifying that you have to fold this laundry. But then you got to put it away. So there's ways to get your partner in the mood, doing the sweet moves, grabbing the butt, the whole 9 yards. It's fun, it's playful, but it's probably not going to get her in the mood. So going back to hormones, free testosterone, testosterone DHEA are great because they will get you more interested. Progesterone can help you sleep. You're not going to be wanting to have sex if you're horribly fatigued and you need sleep. Estrogen will help vaginal lubrication and vaginal dryness. I can't tell you how many times a day I hear somebody say that they have vaginal dryness. and it hurts when they have sex. If something hurts when you do it, that old adage, you put your you put your hand on the hot stove, you don't do it again, do you? Well, it's the same with sex. If it hurts, why would you want to have sex again? And most guys will be like, "Oh, I'll go slow, whatever." It's not going to work. You need to have your hormones in shape if you want to have a healthy, productive sex life. So, as always, put questions in the chat about anything hormone related. I'm here for another 5 minutes or so answering questions. But we wanted to just drop a line about sexual function in women in the perimenopause and menopause phase. Most of the time, in all age groups, testosterone is horribly low, and it does help if we can get those numbers up. I'm highly aggressive lately, but also have induced insomnia due to stress. Well, I still would get your hormones checked. The aggression and insomnia actually can both be signs of low progesterone. So, progesterone upregulates a receptor in your brain called GABA through a metabolite called allopregnenolone. And the signs of low progesterone are insomnia, irritability, and anxiety. So it might just be a simple fix because maybe your progesterone is low. And it could also be that people are just making you mad. And we tend to have this ability in our society to reduce every woman's issues into hormones. And sometimes it's okay to be mad. Men are angry all the time. We don't go, "Hey, dude, what's your testosterone level? You're acting like a jerk lately." No, we just do that to women. We don't do it to guys. But it could be that a low progesterone is amplifying what you're feeling. So get your hormones checked. You can call my office, 512-956-0296. I'm licensed in 34 states. Another good place to start. The low progesterone archetype in my book, The Hormone Balance Bible, is called the Unbalanced Heroine, and it talks all about progesterone. You can get it on Amazon. It's $14, $15. Good place to start. So, sexual function, low testosterone, low progesterone, low estrogen, all combines to create who you are sexually. Also, what decreases libido? Bad relationships, stress, insomnia, um, not being in love with your partner being a jerk. I mean, there's all kinds of things that add to a decreased libido, not just testosterone, although testosterone can be one piece because you're not going to be interested if you're fatigued, which is exactly what progesterone can do. So remember, we got another couple minutes. If you want to drop me a question, feel free. I'm more than happy to answer it. And then, testosterone replacement, easy enough to do. Might take a couple of weeks for you to start noticing. I've had a couple of women where just by elevating their testosterone levels, we kind of reversed the tables, and they were the ones that were pursuing and sexually active, and their husbands were the ones that were then turning around saying, "Well, I'm just not interested," or you know how guys are. We're always complaining about something. So, um, any other questions about sex drive, testosterone, HRT, women's health, anything in general? I'm more than happy to answer those. Got about another minute and a half. I like to keep these around 10 minutes. Tomorrow, I have a new episode of the Confessions of a Male Gynecologist that are dropping. It's all about low dose naltrexone, what it treats, what it is, why I use it, and how it can help you not only with autoimmune disorders, pain, irritability, but it can help you lose weight because it can curb your appetite. On HRT for about 7 months, including testosterone, still no libido. That's what I'm saying. Libido is multiple things. One is you should also have your testosterone checked to make sure that it's actually in a good level. But I can make your hormones perfect. It doesn't make you more sexual. That is how you feel about yourself, your relationship, money. There's all kinds of things that go into your libido. When you say check hormones, which ones should we I have a whole episode about this here on YouTube. I have a whole chapter in my book about it. And I have an episode of Confessions of a Male Gynecologist called Hormones 101. Tells you exactly which ways I like it as far as blood, saliva, or urine. Tells you exactly what hormones to check. Me too, Denise. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's a autocorrect or something. But that being said, we're at the 10-minute mark. I'm going to cleave it off there. Remember, got a ton of information on Confessions of a Male Gynecologist. You can get that on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I've got the book, The Hormone Balance Bible. You can get that on Amazon. Talks about all this stuff. The chapter on testosterone is called The Nun. And I have multiple things that I do here daily. So if you want to scroll through some of those as well, have a good day and have a great July 4th.